It was a quiz that's had a ratch, give a dog a bone. Everyone's spoiling No Way Home. Okay, so if you've been on Twitter in the last 24 hours, then you've probably seen that two major images from Spider-Man No Way Home have leaked online. These come from John Campier, who posted them last night, saying that he didn't know if they were real or fake. Throughout this video, we're going to be breaking them down, talking about how they line up with official images, and also giving our thoughts on the whole situation. If you're from Sony or Marvel Studios and want me to take this video down, then please just hit me up on Twitter at Heavy Spoilers and I'll happily remove it. I don't want to get in trouble with you, Feige. I don't. Now, it's full spoilers ahead from this point on, so if you don't want some of the big surprises from the movie ruined, then I recommend that you avoid this video like it's Mr. Dickovich when you're 3 months late on rent. Thumbs up if you think they're legit, down if you don't, and with that out of the way, thanks for clicking this. Now let's get into the leaks. Okay, so up top, I've been advised legally by someone who isn't Matt Murdock that I can only show these on screen for a split second, and that I also have to play up that they're fake and cast doubt upon them. So I'll say right now that these are 100% fake and not real. Now moving on from that, the first photo I want to talk about is going to be shown on screen right now. Okay, so in that we see Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield standing together on some scaffolding in the middle of the night. It's obviously a major thing that we've heard is going to be in the film for a while now, and up until this point, Sony have managed to keep things pretty locked down in terms of images of Tobey getting out there. Now why this could line up with things that have already been leaked on the movie is because the scaffolding looks very similar to the video of Andrew Garfield that was leaked a while back. This showed him in his full Spider-Man costume whilst he was saying something about web blood. Now there's been a lot of debates over whether this is real, whether it's a deepfake and so on, but personally I think that it's legitimate. VFX artist Corridor Crew went over the entire clip in their video titled Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is Real, VFX artists explain why, and this went into how deepfakes work in general and also why this looked like it was legitimate. When it first dropped, I thought that it was real too because though the head swap could have been potentially done, you'd have to have someone in a Spider-Man costume there to put the head onto, and I looked up how much these movie accurate ones cost and they're a good couple of grand. There was also the blue screen wall behind him which looked more than just a piece of cloth, and actually building one of these would set you back a bit, so I just couldn't see someone doing it to post a video that they'd never be able to take credit for. I know a lot of people still think Andrew Garfield isn't the werewolf and that this is a Photoshop, but either someone was spending a Squid Game amount of money on doing a deepfake or it is indeed real. Now another thing that makes me think that there is some possibility that the photos may be real, which they definitely aren't, is that if you look at them you'll notice that Tom Holland has several cuts on his cheek. Go over to Twitter and look at them because I'm not showing them anymore in this video. Now these line up a lot with the Empire images that were released, which potentially showed the final battle from the movie. We've already discussed how the strange markings on the floor line up a lot with the ending of Spider-Man 2, so it could be a repurposing of Doc Ock's lab. Either way, the costume looks exactly the same, and Tom is holding his mask in the leaked images, which he doesn't have in the Empire shot. Little things like that are what makes me think they may be legit, but there is also the possibility that they could be a very well done Photoshop. It's happened in the past, and it's definitely within the realms of things that someone could do. John Campier has since walked back that they're real, and he said that he's been sent things like that in the past and didn't see the harm in posting it. However, he has since removed all of the tweets, and I'm guessing that this was in an attempt to avoid getting in trouble with the studio if they are indeed legit. Clearly he regrets posting them, and it's kinda difficult to judge whether they're real or not. I can imagine it's a pretty crap situation to be in the middle of, as you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. You have everyone talking about it and tying your name to it, and John isn't the kind of person who you typically associate with spoilers. He also goes to a lot of movie premieres with the cast and crew there, so I'm pretty sure this will cause a lot of issues with him getting to go to the one from No Way Home. I'm pretty sure he's going to have to go to Doctor Strange to make sure everyone forgets that he was the one who leaked it, because yeah, this could be very, very bad. It's such an unprecedented event though, where a big YouTuber who gets invited to premieres watermarks and leaks stuff, so you really don't know what's going to happen. It might even get to the point where people are asked to sign NDAs in advance, so that if they want to attend premieres in the future, they have to agree not to report on things, as we've had a lot of leaks around this movie. It's getting to the point I think Sony and Marvel might actually have to bring new rules into it, as yeah, the leaks are just getting completely out of hand at this point. Now what might make things worse is that alongside the photo of Tobey, Andrew and Tom, John also shared the following. Now in that photo we see Happy, May, Peter Parker and Charlie Cox. This is apparently going to be pulling from a scene that we've heard hints about, in which they all sit around the table discussing what it means to be a hero. Along with the Empire article, there was an interview with Tom in which he talked about working with a really cool actor, sitting around a table, and also talking about their responsibilities, which I feel is probably what's in this scene if it is real. Now, it may well be fake, and God knows there's enough images of Charlie Cox in this suit to probably pull off a good Photoshop, but his hair is different, and to add to that, the apartment itself is at an angle that we've never really seen it at before. Now, one big detail that you should pay attention to is the bookcase in the corner. This can potentially be seen during a moment in the trailer in which someone walks in on Peter and Aunt May as they watch reports about his identity on the news. In the background we can also see red and blue lights which are clearly coming from police cars, and I'm guessing that at this point either the authorities or Matt himself walks in. The way they sit up makes me think that that's likely what's happening in this moment, and personally I do think that it's him. Now, the leaked image takes place in the daytime, so I'm guessing that this is when stuff is all blown over and they're just sort of relaxing and chilling. According to leaks on other parts of the film, Matt will be introduced and he'll say that he's a good lawyer. Someone will then throw a brick at him, he'll catch it, and then follow it up by saying he's a very good lawyer. Now, the next spoiler is that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. That is right, you heard it here, folks. Anyway, those are the images, and there's going to be a lot of different reactions I think towards this. Being completely honest, I've known they were all in the movie for a while now, but I've never actually seen any images of Tobey. I actually had a theory that Sony allowed people to break down and analyse the Andrew Garfield stuff because they'd managed to keep Tobey offline, and they'd rather the focus was on that than the bigger get. I know Andrew is pretty much a massive name too, but to me Maguire is the bigger draw, as his trilogy is seen as one of the best ones, whereas Andrew's didn't really get off the ground and it had a lot of problems with studio interference. So it just felt like Sony were letting people talk about that as it would take the focus away. Now, I've also seen people say that the security around this movie is really bad, and whilst there are a lot of leaks now, I'm not exactly sure what Sony could have done differently. Everyone has the ability to take photos and videos of things and then put them somewhere that millions of people will see them in an instant, so it's difficult to actually try and control that. Sure, they get people to sign NDAs, but when you have thousands of people working on films, it's going to be so difficult to enforce everything. This is probably the biggest movie since Endgame, so of course stuff will get out with so many eyes on it, and so many people just wanting to share things with their friends. I think Sony should go to church and pray that God kills every YouTuber, as that's the only way to really handle it. It's also stuff like this that makes me realise conspiracy theories aren't real, as people can't even keep this stuff secret, and in the grand scheme of things, it's not all that important. It's pretty wild to just wake up and see this stuff posted online, and like we say, they might not be real. Obviously, I'd love to hear your thoughts though, so make sure you comment below and let me know. As a thank you for interacting with the video, you'll be entered into a competition on the 30th of November, in which we're giving away 3 copies of the Zack Snyder DC trilogy. All you have to do to be on the chance of winning is like the video, make sure you subscribe with notifications on, and drop a comment below with your thoughts on the leaks. We pick the comments at random at the end of the month, and the winners of the last one are on screen right now, so if that's you, then message me on Twitter at HeavySpoilers. If you want something else to watch, then make sure you check out our breakdown of the poster, which will be linked on screen right now. We go over the cool little Easter eggs in it and all the hidden details, so it's definitely worth checking out if you want some more Spider-Man news. If not, then thanks for sitting through the video, hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and you take care of yourself. I've been Paul, you've been the best, peace.